Hey everyone, welcome to latest in Bitcoin Tech session. This week we are looking at not an Optech newsletter item, but some curiosity of ours. So myself and mostly introduced to by Apollo. So we would like we had this curiosity of uh, looking into all lost BTCs. So that's what this session will be about. So so first things first. There is we have to uh, in order to not speculate and be realistic. We'll have to define what is provably lost BTCs. There might be BTCs that have been dormant for quite a long time, but we never know unless and until there is some technically uh, faulty construct in the transaction. Only then can we be very sure that these BTCs are lost forever or probably lost. Others, if there are no technical issues with respect to the transaction, then we can assume that the owner of the private key will someday access it and might move it. We cannot count or speculate as to the lost private keys, although there are many. There are informal forums that have tried to collect this information, but you can never be sure. So first we'll look at only the provably lost PTCs, and we'll look at it from a technical perspective as to why do we call it probably lost and how they cannot be ever spent or recovered. So this probably lost BTCs, we can classify them across a bunch of categories. First one is Coinbase reward that is in the Genesis block. So the first ever transaction that created 50 BTCs cannot be spent. So we look into how it is and what's the technical feature that makes it unspendable. Then then there is this category of users creating transactions that cause the coins to be unspendable. So this is clearly human error, and when people do crazy mistakes, the coins get lost irrevocably. That is one other category. Then there is this duplicate transaction IDs, not just Coinbase but also other transaction IDs. Although uh, creating a two transaction IDs in non-Coinbase transaction is quite difficult, but it occurred in Coinbase transactions. So some coins have been lost to this kind of phenomenon. And there is also this case where miners did not accept all the rewards that they were entitled to under the protocol. Those coins are also lost, so they are not coming back. That is one other category. Finally, there is this category of burn addresses. So these are also user created, and there are a lot of burn addresses in the blockchain, and if you send funds to these, then they are lost forever. Of course you can club this to the other category of user created non recoverable BTCs. So first we'll have a look at the Coinbase reward. The first ever Coinbase transaction that Satoshi mined was sent to this address. But if you take a close look at the address itself and what goes into the script sig, it looks very normal. So you have a public key, uncompressed public key. This was the first ever transaction, um, and followed by Optech sig. It's a very simple script sig that locks the coins to the public key and followed by an object sig. So this is the first ever transaction. But if you look at it, it looks normal and it looks as though, let's say, if Satoshi returns, probably it looks as if he can spend it if he has the private key. But that is not the case because Satoshi himself, this being a Coinbase transaction, and he did not want, probably he did not want it to cause the issue of pre-mine. He locked this transaction itself, which means he coded the validate.cpp in such a way that whenever the blockchain initializes, it doesn't do any validation on the validation on the Genesis block, and as a consequence, the first transaction is not included in the UTXO set at all. So, it just the the Genesis block and the Coinbase transactions are kind of like hard coded. It exists, but the protocol itself doesn't look into the Genesis block. It doesn't do any validation on the Genesis block. So, where is this coded? uh, if you go into the validation.cpp, you can find this block of code where it says that if it is a Genesis blocks hash, then you just skip the validation part and then move on. So what it does is that a bunch of things doesn't happen in your Coinbase block. So the Coinbase's transactions are not put into the UTXO creation chain, and you don't get an UTXO out of the Coinbase's transaction. The inputs and outputs are not validated or processed. The scripts are not validated. The coins, their state is not updated, and finally all this leads to that the output doesn't get added to the UTXO database. So this is a very peculiar or special transaction wherein the transaction itself doesn't get into the UTXO set at all, and also um, it is hard coded in the validation.cpp that the Genesis block can never be invalidated. So you cannot invalidate a Genesis block at all. So these are the two important peculiarities with respect to validation, and that is why this 50 BTC of Coinbase reward is lost forever. And even if Satoshi comes back without a hard fork, he cannot recover these. He cannot recover these Genesis block BTCs. So yeah, that's the first one. Any questions? I'll wait for any questions if you have. Okay. The second category is user creating transactions that cause these Coinbase transaction to become unspendable. Not just Coinbase, many types of user can create many types of transactions that can cause them to be unspendable. One among them is called as a famous uh, uh, GOX error. So this transaction can be found in block number 150951. The problem is in this block, Mt. Gox had some auto processing code that created transactions, I think, for withdrawals and stuff. But there was an error in the error in the code, and instead of using the regular pay to public key hash script, which is op-dupe followed by op hash 160, and op14 followed by the 20 byte public key hash, and then 20 byte public key hash, and then the regular op equal verify. What the Eranos code did is that instead of op14 and followed by the 20 byte hash, it just put in an op0. So this went on for some, the exchange did not notice until this block was filled with this bunch of these transactions, and this led to like um, close to 2,600 BTCs being lost in this transaction. Of course, I think this happened somewhere in 2013, 14, I think. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, this is how close to 2,500 transactions got lost in the Mount Gox error. Then we have duplicate Coinbase TXIDs. So this is a interesting case and it was a bug. Later, it was patched using two BIPs 30 and 34. So so basically, this happens when two transaction IDs collide. When you get two transaction ID that reads the same. So this happened in block 91722 and 91880. So basically 91722's Coinbase transaction ID is this. And after a while, block 91880 also produced a Coinbase transaction ID with the same TXID. Now what happened is this TXID got replaced with this TXID, and so the 50 BTC reward that was in this TXID was lost irrevocably. So there is no way that you could bring this 91722 blocks BTC reward back. So that is one case, and the other case is similar cases 9182812 and 91842. Same case, first one TXID was produced, following which the same TXID was produced in another block. So this TXID became unspendable. Of course, if at all a transaction was inserted in between these two transactions, and this TXID was spent, I think the 50 BTC could have come out of it, and it would not have been a problem. But of course, these were all early times, and nobody did much on the blockchain, and people just kept the rewards. They didn't spend on anything. So this is also lost. Um, so in order to counter this, two BIPs, first BIP 30 and 34 were proposed. BIP 30 basically is 4 bits adding a block that contains transaction whose TXID already exists in the UTXO set. So this kind of check was done, started after these two incidents occurred. Uh, Finally, this problem has more chance of occurring in your Coinbase transaction. Uh, because in a normal transaction, there is a very high chance that the inputs are something else, like the outputs that you want to send to can vary. But in Coinbase transactions, earlier times, the search space was very small, and people didn't add much to the other fields in the Coinbase. So, so the chance of Coinbase transaction having a same TXID was high. So in order to counter that, BIP34 mandates that you have to add the block height in the Coinbase transaction itself, particularly in the script sig of your input. Then this that BIP 34 effectively stopped uh, this kind of
यही
attack.
देखनी है and then
Um, then we have this another case where miners not accepting all the rewards. So this is also an interesting case wherein uh, this is also an interesting case wherein like miners did not claim the rewards that they were entitled to. So if you particular case, our block of interest is 51726. So this block was entitled to 25 BTCs, but it only claimed 12.5 BTC. Here, this is the blocks info. Following which the only the single transaction in the block is the Coinbase transaction. And if you look at into this Coinbase transaction, you can see that so you can see that there is only one output, and the value in that output is 0. That means and also the script sig is some garbage. Basically, it's a transaction. Basically, the reward block reward, which is 12.5 BTC, the protocol sent it to this script pub key, and hence it is lost forever. So this is one example, and another example is block 526591. Here, the block was entitled to 12.5 BTC, but the transaction, Coinbase transaction, only claimed 6.25. Rest of the parts of the transactions are fine. The script sig is script pub key is correct. Pay to public key hash script pub key, as opposed to in this case the script pub key for the Coinbase transaction is also erroneous. So, so this is another example. Here, the miner voluntarily, I think voluntarily or involuntarily, we don't know if it was a mistake. He did not claim the 12.5 BTC that he was entitled to. So yeah, that's another case. And this block 124724 is another peculiar case. Here, what has happened is that the miner is entitled to like 50 BTC plus whatever transaction fees are there in the block. Of course, the block had some other transaction also, but for some reason the miner only claimed 49 point. He didn't claim the last one sat. So, but the problem is by not claiming by not claiming the last one sat, he also missed out on the fees that he is entitled to. But the rest of the things are fine. The script pub key is a standard pay to public key. Pay to public key script pub key. You can see here. Yeah, this is another case. And finally, we have these burn addresses. So these burn addresses are addresses with a script pub key that is that doesn't read right. So this is one example. So if you see, this is for the script pub key of this address. This burn address reads like this. So the script sig where the 20-bit hash should be there, there is just 0 zeros. So obviously you cannot produce a hash 160 with zeros. So there is no number that can give you a 20-byte hash of zeros. So you can never sign this transaction and spend from it. So this address is still live. If you want to burn some BTCs, you can send to this address. As of today, there are like 688 BTCs in this burn address. The last known transaction, I'm not sure who sent the last known BTCs to this. So yeah, then what I have, so yeah, then you have this our standard or controversial operator stuff. So people keep sending some non-zero outputs to operators. So these also get burned. So one particular example is this. a recent example, if you can see, it's on 2025/9. Here you can see this particular output in this transaction, which is op return. Except that it should not have like, if you don't want to burn anything, you should use a zero value here. But in this case, in this transaction, they have burnt some BTC into this transaction. So this kind of op return burning keeps happening. Some protocol external to BTC might require you to do this kind of stuff. We never know. So all in all, in total, like, this is the recent figure as of now. So we have like permanently lost close to 2,839, 840 BTCs is what we have permanently lost, irrevocably lost, spread across all these categories. So you also have a lot of other transaction that goes into the op return category, also minus not accepting category. The duplicate Coinbase TXID is only these two transactions. After that, BIP 30 and 34 were introduced, so this doesn't happen anymore. The duplicate TXID thing doesn't happen anymore. Of course, GOX error kind of things are rare now because of the use of output descriptors and the wallet infrastructures has widely improved. That's because that's why this kind of error is like shooting you yourself shooting on your foot is very unlikely nowadays with respect to wallets. Yeah. Apart from this, there are community driven kind of efforts that track BTCs of people who have like lost their BTC, and they come to these forums and sort of uh, confess or accept that they have lost this many BTCs. So that is another running list kind of thing. But yeah, we may never know whether it's true or not. Also, there is one more website. I'll try to share it. I'll try to share the. So yeah, there is this Bitcoin Who's Who. This website also tracks a bunch of burnt coins. So you can like see like so these are all the bunch of list burn addresses that are out there. So top of the list, there is this burn address called counterparty something something, and it has like 2130 BTCs in there. Um, those are gone like forever. Then so the list goes on. So you have people creating crazy. I don't know why people create these kinds of addresses and burn stuff into it. So let's examine this particular address and see what its script sig looks like. Um, so this is a transaction. So yeah. So for you can see here, they have a script up key, but I think this doesn't check out to any proper private key, I think. So this is considered as burnt. Uh, Similarly, yeah, there are a lot of other stuffs. This is what we saw earlier. This particular address, and yeah, this list goes on. For example, there is like one crazy party. Some they were even playing with addresses like one Bitcoin Ether address do not send, and still people send something there. So yeah, a lot of craziness still go on. So yeah, that's all I had to like share. I'm like, if you have any questions, we can, or if you want to look at any transactions, we can try and look into it.
Bala, I
So,
had one question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had one question regarding lost transactions. So if the miner does not claim BTC rewards, then it is lost. But
Yeah.
if he also does not claim the transaction fee, are they also lost, or they are like can be claimed by the sender?
No, they are also lost. So, for example, here, let's say this is the Coinbase transaction. While the miner is constructing the block, he will know what will be the fees that he stands to collect, and he has to key in the exact amount here in this value. So the reward plus the fee that he is entitled to. So only then will it be collected in his address. Otherwise, that is also gone.
Okay. Okay. And one more question regarding this: is the rewards which are claimed by the miner, are they immediately spendable, or they are spendable after a certain period of time?
Um, Whatever comes out of a Coinbase transaction, we'll have to wait for 100 blocks, and they are spendable only after that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So it is like that is to protect against like if there is reorganization of chain, then
Yeah.
it should not happen that somebody else had already spent some coins
Yes.
for that reason. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
so Bala, in this transaction right now, you said that the Coinbase transaction has 25 available and they claim 12.5, but the value here is zero. So how did they claim 12.5?
That was I made a mistake. The total reward that this block was entitled to was 12.5.
And they forgo the 12.5. That's what I got confused. You said 25 and the value is zero. So technically they claimed nothing.
Yeah, that was my mistake. So it's
And
just 12.5.
one more thing. So there is a difference. So technically, the what's the total supply not available? So total supply of Bitcoin, official supply. So if they don't take this, so this
So
is not.
this,
No. So the technically, so 21 million. So we have about 20 million 999,968 Bitcoin,
yeah,
right?
yeah, to
Technically.
be exact, yeah.
Yeah, so 999.668 something. So if
Yes.
that is the case,
Yeah. So here, yeah, you'll get this much.
yeah, 9976, right? So technically the Coinbase transactions which are not claimed are not even in the network itself. So technically those, so 12.5 is gone, right? Plus the
Yeah.
transaction fees. So they are
Yeah.
not even registered by the network. So there is
Yes.
a difference between technical total supply available and the 19 million you actually wrote over there, right? So this is not the case, right?
No, this is the total expected supply out of BTC. So this number is fixed by the protocol. So whether you lose your coin or not, the protocol will programmatically emit this much of BTC. These
Okay.
are all lost by us, not by the protocol.
Yeah, but if we write a software for it to make sure that what bitcoins are available in the network, so that will not be 19,000 million, right? That will be some 20 million, and the whatever the Coinbase transactions are not claimed, right?
Yeah, but only we can consider only this category of probably lost coins as lost, because if there are no technical issues with the transaction, like we saw henceforth, like we saw before, if there is no issue, then you cannot claim they are lost, because the private key might be out there somewhere and somebody might use it anytime they wish to.
No, no. I'll rephrase my question. My question is, so this is 20.99 million is for 140 years. So 2140 is the
Yeah,
last Bitcoin that will be available, right?
yeah,
20.99.
yeah.
My question is, right now, if you take a scrap, so we make a software that sees how much Bitcoin is in the network itself.
Okay.
That if we take it in 2140, so are the Bitcoins which are lost by the Coinbase actually registered by the network, or they are as good as that the network doesn't know about them at all?
The network doesn't know about them
Exactly.
because
So so this 20 million, 20.99 is technically 19 point something something, and then other than the lost coins which are sent to an address but which are not claimable, but the network still knows about the Bitcoin. But the Coinbase
yeah,
transaction which are lost, the network doesn't even know about them, right?
yeah.
So
For example,
technically,
yeah, in this the network doesn't even know about the 12.5 BTC that is supposed to exist.
yeah, that's what I said. So I think there should be a number where the official supply should be minus this coin based transactions, apart
Yeah,
from the lost coins.
yeah. You can you can spin up a small uh, front end and put pull data from your node and do it. So it's you can do it. It's not a tough job.
Yeah, so what's the word we can use for it? Not lost coins, but what word
Uh,
can you use? So these provable coins, I get it because it was sent to the wrong addresses or some burnt addresses which you can't even claim. That, but the network knows about it. But what word can we use for those coins? What invisible
Probably
coins or what?
Donated coins, perhaps.
No, it is not donated because network doesn't even know about it. Donation is what.
let's say unbirthed coins.
Yeah, unworth or invisible to the network coin, something like that, which the network wanted to give it, but we didn't even
Stupid
acknowledge
enough
them.
to
Something unacknowledged coins or something like that.
we were stupid enough to not receive it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, there are of course there is this entire post of entire Bitcoin forum uh, post where people come and report their lost coins. So goes start all the way back from 2010, and there is a running tally. People sort of keep a running tally. So here, some guy bought 9,000 BTCs in one exchange. He did some reset to his PC. He forgot to copy the wallet file, so, and he did something. And then when he tried to, it's just gone. So there is a whole bunch of posts.
but Bala, I won't consider them lost. So you're telling me if quantum can break it, we can always recover them, right? So for me, those are
Uh,
not. For me, lost is the Coinbase transactions or the burnt where it is, probably you can't, the addresses are actually, the private keys won't work on the public addresses. Those I feel are lost. But just
Yeah, these
forgetting the
things.
Bitcoin,
If it was a pay to public key address, probably Quantum can break it. But if it is not so, if it was a hash pay to public key hash address, then definitely no, it can't
no,
be.
but you told me the hash can be broken at least after 100 years. So if they break the public key encryption, at least it will take more 90 or 100 years for the hash function to get broken, right? But the
Yeah, but 100 years is too far for us from now. We don't know what, even the protocol itself, in 100 years, we might all Bitcoiners might come to a good agreement and hard fork without any issue. It might happen. We never know.
Yeah, I feel that there will be different implementations for different planets, I think. So if we go there, if Elon gets to Mars, I feel
Yeah,
he'll have his own blockchain for Mars for Bitcoin. I think that way, I think so every explorer will have to, for the monetary system to work for their particular group. I feel they will have their own sort of a blockchain for themselves because the time
yeah,
lag will be completely different. The we can't if there is a Mars colony, I don't think so. The time latency will make it difficult for the blocks to for them to actually even if they mine it, the latency will not allow them to actually mine it, actually add it to the block.
yeah. True, true. I don't know interplanetary how we'll keep block time. That's uh, that's a whole new different question. So yeah, like this, if you are like feeling bored, you can visit this Bitcoin Talk forum. People have reported most of their lost coins. So somebody in their fourth post itself said that like they have lost some 9,000 coins into 2011. So yeah, the tally. I think they maintained this tally till like 2018 or so. But yeah, after that, people lost interest and they stopped maintaining it.
Yeah, and Bala, one more thing to
Is
the
there a
Mount Gox one. Did they lose the customers transaction through that error, or they were
Yeah,
doing their own transaction on it?
no, it's customers' funds, but they reimbursed the customers' funds from their own funds.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So basically, Mount Gox. Why do you think then it was went down? Because there was no lending, or Mount Gox technically were working properly. So what did they? How did they actually shut down then? If the business was fine up till then?
I am not very up to date on their inside story, but they suffered some few hacks. That much I know, but I don't know why exactly they shut down. I'm not very aware of it.
Okay, I thought it was the fall of 2013, the 2014, the price went down drastically. I feel that way, but again, there was no leverage involved, right? It was just a exchange which was collecting fees. So I don't. That's why I thought why exactly when
Yeah,
mine got up.
but during that time, like these things were all very hazy. There were hacks were happening left, right, and center, and they themselves were shooting them in their own foot by sending I don't know transactions and stuff. So yeah, it was all wild west back then.
Yeah, true. Someone wanted to speak and I spoke over them. Please go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I had one question. Like, is there some rough estimate of how many coins were lost due to some accident or someone forgot the keys? And my second question is, like, while going through this post, did you come across some crazy story of someone losing his keys, like in a very unexpected way?
Yeah, this is the only place like this Bitcoin Talk forum is the only place where people they have tried to keep a running score of how much BTC is lost. So, like as I can see, they have updated it till 2016 or so, and these are all self-confessed numbers. So, this number reads like 1 million. So sorry, 134,000 BTCs closely, and yeah, after some time, people didn't update this forum. The only interesting thing, the story that you asked for, is this 9,000 BTC loss. So somebody tried to send. I'll try to open the exact story.
Bala, so
Yeah.
can we use this page as a proof against court that I had a voting accident?
No, they won't buy it. So yeah, this is the only thing where they had like bought it from an exchange. Um, uh, the thing is that this guy was running the browser from a live Linux CD. So he was like on a ephemeral system. So he was on a boot drive and he was making all these purchases, and he was running Bitcoin Core on the boot drive, live boot drive. So he thought he backed up the wallet files, and he closed it, and then he sort of, I think he was a privacy maxi, and he was trying to minimize his footprint or something. So he shut it down, and then when he thought that like he could copy the Bitcoin folder back in so that he'll have his wallet.dat file. But unfortunately, by that time, the client was not that well written. So the issue was that if you make a transaction, then you have to back up your wallet.dat file for every transaction. So the client doesn't take care of it. So it doesn't keep an running update of all your transactions. So he thought that the wallet.dat file will have a running update of his transaction. So when he tried to come back and open it, like it was gone. So his keys, his current state, and everything else was gone. So yeah, so this is one
Yeah.
This
interesting.
was this was I think before HD wallets came into place, because
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
earlier we had to back up for every public address, we have to back up the private key. But
yeah.
after HD wallets, I think this kind of things did not appear, because to one private
Yeah,
key you can,
even
like,
HD wallet was very later. It was a very, I would say, in the timeline of Bitcoin, it was something that happened very late.
But Amol, so live CDs are not permanent, persistent. Sorry. So even if you have a new Sparrow wallet installed on it and you have every backup, when you take out your live CD, everything is gone. It is not persistent.
No, this
So
guy,
even if it's a
no,
no.
no, this guy ran the software on a live CD, but he backed up the file to a flash drive. So he thought he was okay, he was good, but he didn't understand that the wallet.dat file also needed to be manually copied for every single change that you make, like every single transaction that you make. He didn't know that. So earlier, all your information was in that wallet. That your private key was in that. The list of private keys that you generate was in that same file. So that was the problem that he missed. It was like in probably in the first year of Bitcoin in 2010. So yeah, the client was very basic.
Yeah, and one story was that somebody threw his like hard disk in
Yeah,
garbage, and he was
that is a
searching.
famous story. One guy in UK threw his hard disk, and he has been searching for it for quite a long time, but no luck.
yeah, there was a story about a girlfriend gave away a pen drive also. That was also a story.
Yeah,
So what that must have hurt a lot.
yeah. So these guys, like, if they are still around, and if I don't know how they make peace with themselves. So yeah, there are many stories you can, like, if you have if you have patience, you can go over them. I'll put the link in the chat.
So, Bala, I did my research. So, technically, the Coinbase transactions where miners did not claim the full reward is only those two transactions you mentioned. That's it.
um no, the two transactions that I mentioned are particularly transaction ID collisions. Apart from this, there are many more transactions where miners did not claim their rewards. At least not. There are cases where they didn't claim it partially. They left out, like in this case, they left out half of the reward. Again, in this case, they tried to leave out just one sat. Here you can see. So there are many other transactions like this where they have like partially claimed transactions and left out the rest to the protocol.
But do you have the list of those transactions where miners did not claim them? The full reward?
There is this site. Let me see. There is this site that tracks these probably lost BTCs. So it's btcsupply.com. So here I'll post this in the group. You can look into it. So this site keeps track of all the BTCs. So the statistics that I put up, I took it from this site only. So here they have a list. So these are the latest losses. So somebody lost 10 sats just a couple of hours ago. These are all the biggest losses. So this 1509521, we saw about this. This is the Mount Gox loss. This is the Coinbase loss. 91722 is your TXID collision loss. Similarly, 91812 is your TXID collision loss. This 50726 is where the miner left the BTC, didn't claim it. So this is something I think Apollo, you got confused or you got waylaid by LLMs on this.
Yeah, 721. It's
Yeah.
726, but it was 721 they gave it. They gave me
No,
the
no,
transaction.
it gave you 762.
Yeah, 762, sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, that is there. So the list goes on. Like this is a full list. If you click here, like it will take you to the full list of transaction, and so it starts from block 0. So it goes on. So you can see. So if you click into it, it will tell you like what is the total minus loss. Then you can also, but if you want to examine like how this is lost, then you'll have to visit this block and examine the transaction itself. So yeah, 16705 you have to visit and then look into it. So and this you can do you can go down the list and see what are all the transactions that have probably lost BTCs.
Yeah, that's a good resource to look into. Yeah, thanks.
So Bala, what's the final number when it comes to irrecoverably lost?
So yeah, this is the final number as of now.
That's just 2000, huh?
Yeah, 2839 are irrecoverably lost.
Yashok, just 2000. Seriously?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is irrevocably lost. These are all confessions where people if you go to this forum, you can see people confessing that they lost their private key, they lost their wallet.dat file, things like that. And this running tally as of 2016 is somewhere between 134,000. So this stops here. We don't know how much is lost after that, and we even don't know whether this is true or not. So yeah,
Right.
that's where we stand.
Okay. Suppose let's say we come up with a new category, claim to be lost coins. Maybe in that category, this is sort of claim to be lost, right? In a way.
Yeah, these are all claimed to be lost.
Claim to be lost would be 1 million, and if you add up all the stories, including let's say even Satoshi's coins as well, of
Yeah,
approximately 1 million. So that's one plus another one here, and that would be maybe roughly 2.5 to 3 approximately, right?
yeah. There is this tally that people keep. For example, in the quantum debates, they have been using a number. I'm not very sure about it. I'll have to find this. Yeah, close to 2 million is something that people are confident that they haven't moved for a while, so they are probably lost.
Like unlikely to come back
Yeah,
types.
unlikely
Okay.
to come back. Uh, trying to see where if I have a number.
2 million. So that would be 19 million in a
Yeah.
way.
So yeah, somewhere I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to check and then get back.
And yeah, question meanwhile.
Yeah.
Then
Bala, is
under
this
my
person?
12 word seed phrase, do I still need to worry about my private key and that file, etc.?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
If I remember or if I have stored my 12 word seed phrase somewhere,
Yeah.
do I still need to worry about about my private key and that file, etc.?
No, you don't have to unless you have not like if unless you have used everything default. If you have used everything default and you have not messed around with any of the settings like derivation path and stuff, you don't have to worry about it.
Thank you.
Sir, we are starting a new Mastering Bitcoin cohort. It will be very helpful to you if you start it. You'll understand Bitcoin much better if you can start it. It's starting this Thursday. So if you're going to join, Amol, can you share the link in our chat for people to join?
Yeah, I will share. Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah,
So if you,
please don't get discouraged by these discussions. These are like stuff that happened in the past. Right now, there are a lot of securities and guardrails for an average user. Unless and until you don't mess with any of the defaults, the current tech and the protocol is good enough, and it takes care of your coins.
True, true. The way I look at it is unwilling contribution to the network and unwilling contribution to
Yeah.
to other coin
Bala,
holders.
there was one site which I came across some time back, in which they like to prove how secure SHA-256 algorithm is. They had like put some sats in few addresses. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to search the whole spectrum of hashes which are applicable, but only a tiny spectrum.
Yeah.
Even that, few things were like people have guessed it, but few are still to be guessed. Do you know that, or
Yeah, they are hash collision
yeah,
bounties.
yes, right.
Yeah,
I
but
was checking for the
yeah, but it's just that some interested curious sorry guy wanted people to spend or expend their resources to find the hash collision. So that's why they put it, and those rewards when they are claimed, they get used. Like they are not lost. They are
yeah,
used.
right. Yeah, they are not lost, right?
Yeah, yeah. There are bounties for hash collisions.
So is it possible to like direct our like Bitex to find these hashes?
I don't know. Probably you have to make some like they
Yeah,
don't provide you with no Bitax will when it tries to connect, the firmware will always look for a template, and it wants to work on a template kind of thing. So these things will not have that.
okay. I was trying to find that website. If I find it, I will
Yeah,
paste it in
I
the.
will also, yeah, I'll also look around. I might have it bookmarked somewhere. I'll also try to find it and post.
so what is the probability for the SHA-256 collision?
Um,
For Bitcoin is 2 raised to 71. What is for SHA-256 collision probability? 2 raised to something?
It's last. I'm not very sure about the number. Don't take my word for it. It was something like 2 power minus 540 something. Uh, so yeah, but I'll have to check.
And for the RIP 161 hash to then 256 then RIP and 160, what is the collision for that?
I cannot remember it on the top of my head.
Okay. No, I was just going a little deep into the rabbit hole of these collisions and why. So for my understanding, it's used because that is the optimal security measure with the space which is required, right? The 64-bit number
Yeah,
which STAR56 gives. So I
yeah.
thought, so why not 128? Anyhow, the leniency of using the space goes down as time goes on. So I thought, why so much value given for the space? I did not understand. If you can make it more secure.
Uh, yeah. So I am not able to like add anything more informative to you right now.
So they could have also used SHA-512, right? If they wanted to.
Yes, yeah, but they found 256 to be a right balance between the resource that is required and uh, the 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 complexity that is in there.
So and again with quantum computers, it's more difficult to break SHA-512 than SHA-56, or the time will be same.
That I think it should take more resource when compared to 256, but I am not very sure about it because there are like papers that say that you can parallelize the Shor's algorithm, and after one particular level, like the additional compute required might not be that great. Like there is no exponential requirement or increase in the compute required to factorize two different numbers.
So the difficulty doesn't increase linearly. So
Yeah,
if parallel yeah, computations can happen, it doesn't matter. Okay, got it.
yeah. So for 256, yeah, I can like read 4 point. No, sorry. No, I'll have to get back to the numbers. I don't have the numbers with me for collision probability.
No, because I was asking because for Bitcoin there are so many examples and videos where they make sure that yeah, it is very difficult to guess your private keys. There are too many. So basically,
Yeah,
the 2 raised to 71 is the probability of you finding a key, private key, but there was nothing for SHA-256. So that's why I asked. There might be, I haven't got looking for
yeah.
it. It
It
just
is
occurred
there.
to
It
me.
is
That's
there.
why I asked.
Yeah, it is there. So if you can like search for birthday paradox, I think you'll be able to find.
Got it. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have for today.